True. True.
True.
Yeah. Let's go.
True.
What's good? How are y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Listen, I'll tell you off break how I'm feeling. I was supposed to do a whole lot today. And let me tell you how much I actually did. I did a whole lot of nothing. Why? Because of wrenches, chat. Wrenches. You guys ever heard of a wrench? And it technically, so quick question. The saying is, a wrench got thrown in my plans, right? Metaphorically, I think they're talking about an actual wrench, right? Because I think it's like when, for example, a machine is running and like if you throw a wrench in a machine, it kind of stops the cogs from working. That makes sense. A wrench in my plans. So in Google, right? Google defines a wrench as, let me show you guys. Google defines a wrench in your plans as, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell on? What the heliante? What the hell Burton? It's like I'm trying to shift my screen, but it keeps like, I don't know what the hell's doing. An idiom for something that has caused a problem or disruption, preventing a plan from succeeding. Listen, chat. It means an unexpected obstacle has arisen, forcing a change in the original course of action. The phrase is often used to describe unforeseen events like a car breakdown, a sudden illness, or a regulatory change. To throw a wrench in the works is to sabotage, frustrate, or hinder a plan or activity from succeeding. The origin. All right, let's tap in and see what the origin. American English phrase is a variation of the British expression, throw a spanner in the works. Listen, hold up. Wait. Chat. The British expression goes way harder than the American English phrase. A wrench in my plans versus throw a spanner in the works. Bro, that goes hard. Throw a spanner in the works. With both referring to an object being thrown into machinery to cause it to stop working. Listen, I don't know why did I know that? Why did I give you guys the explanation before I actually looked it up? I knew what it meant, but Where did I learn it? That's the thing I be telling y'all about. Like, I'm legit a jack of all trades, a master at none, right? So a master of none, which means like I don't know if I can say I mastered any one thing, but I just know a lot about a bunch of stuff. Like, at what age did somebody tell me a wrench was thrown in my plans and then not only that, described it to me? Like, who taught me that it meant, or to throw a spanner in the works meant you threw an object in machinery? Huh? Where did that come from? Anyway, we were ready to launch the new product, but the unexpected gas leak threw a wrench in our plans. Bro, can they use the British version in a sentence? Throw a spanner in the works. Hold up. We gotta see how it would come out in a British version. We were all set to launch the product, but a last minute technical glitch really threw a spanner in the works. That goes hard, chat. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that definitely goes hard. Why am I even talking about this? I'm a very cool, calm, and collected person, chat. Very cool, calm, and collected. But a wrench was absolutely thrown in my plans today. I was supposed to, this morning, I was going to stream, right? Y'all know I actually took the day off work. I took a vacation day because I was going to stream in the morning, right? After I dropped the kids off at school, obviously. I was going to stream in the morning. Shout out to Michael in the building. It's going well, Michael. We're talking about a spanner in the works. We're talking about a spanner in the works. Are you familiar with the terminology, a spanner in the works? Well, throwing a spanner in the works. I feel like, can I rename my title that? Throw a spanner in the works. I kind of like that. Throw a spanner in the works. So, yo, W to Michael, bro. This man might be British himself. This man might just be British. A spanner in the works. For some reason, you know what it means, but to throw a spanner in the works is the British version of to throw a wrench in your plans, or a wrench being thrown in your plans. Throw a spanner in the works. Yeah, so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about like when your plans get disrupted, right? So a spanner got thrown in my works today. That kind of hits hard. Throw a spanner in the works. The title of my episode today is How to Deal with a Wrench. Maybe I'll just add it at the bottom. A spanner in the works. I'm going to just add it because I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? A spanner in the works. My works keep a spanner in them. Yeah, that's a fact. So today, like I said, I was gonna actually like, I took a vacation day, right? I took a vacation day. I was going to come and I was just going to stream my little head off. I don't know what I was going to talk about or what I was going to do, but I was going to stream, and then I was going to go golfing. For those who are unaware or unfamiliar, your boy True, I know a little bit of golf. You know what I mean? I know a little bit of golf, right? And I'll show y'all a couple of clips of me golfing, just in case y'all really don't think I know a little bit of golf. And I'm gonna tell you why my a spanner got thrown in my works. I'll share that with you. But first, let's check out a couple of golf clips. Here are a couple of golf clips. Let's see. So y'all remember when Threads kind of came out? So I was like using threads.
I lost hella balls today already, so.
I was using threads as like, all right, I'm gonna start my golf page, and then I haven't been golfing in like a year now, Chad. And I was gonna get back out there today. I had friends lined up. They came into town, but a spanner got thrown in my works, Chad. But look at your boy. Look at your boy, True. Show y'all a couple clips. Ooh. Sitting there in silence. What are you waiting for, huh?
I hit it for sure. You saw that?
This
I
is
can't
like,
see past the trees. We're gonna see if my ball landed in the fairway. That sounded like a good hit. We're gonna see.
that's literally like my golf game, right? Like, I definitely hit the ball. Where did it go? I don't know, chat.
The golf course claimed all my Callaway balls today. All of them.
I definitely hit the ball. Where did the ball go? Who knows? Who knows? Anybody out there a golfer? Michael, you a golfer? You played golf before? When I first started playing golf, this road right here terrified me. Because I said, I'm going to be the one to fucking hit someone's windshield and they're going to shut the golf course down. But yeah, I was, I was out there. I was absolutely out there. Shout out to Shaw in the building. You get to see some of my golf game. Y'all see that? Look at that swing. That boy smooth. I'm just showing some of my golf clips, Shaw, because we're talking about a spanner in the works.
We're gonna see if I cannot lose my ball.
Doing content, listen, chat. Doing content, hole 5 at the golf course I go to. Not only is it one of the longest holes, but it is like this. Getting through here is way thinner than it looks on camera. Like, if you can kind of tell, this is the cart path and it's barely spaced, and you got to make it all the way down here to this flag. And I just absolutely love this hole because it really does make a winner out of you. Because either you're going to fucking hit it straight in these trees and these bushes, or over here or somewhere, or you may get a good hit and it goes back here in these trees, but you got to know what you're doing.
I think that landed right in the middle of the fairway.
You got to know what you're doing. But why did a spanner get thrown in my works today, Chad? I didn't just come on here to show you guys videos of me golfing. And by the way, so this club that I go to,
That's one stroke.
is a gym, because it's like, I'm kind of out here in the country a little bit. Yeah, some bloopers. I'm so close to the city, right? So I'm so close to DC, but I'm not far from the country. So out here, this club I go to is like one of the, they call it a club in the country, right? Look, this is me trying to find my balls.
It ain't our ball.
Is that your ball?
I found 6 balls, chat. None of them were mine.
It ain't our ball. It's our ball, ain't it? It's our ball. Hey, it's our.
Silly. And then even some Wii golf. But how did a spanner get thrown in my wrench? I know it's like the suspense is killing you guys. Who wants to take a stab at what happened to me today that caused me to cancel my vacation day? I didn't work.
Still slice.
The All-American Human. What's the guy's name off of the show? Anybody seen the show All-American? I appreciate that. I'm not aiming to be an All-American, but I guess I'm slowly becoming one, right? You know what I'm saying? I should play the national anthem right now. But someone take a guess at how a spanner got thrown in my works today, chat. And I'm only going to give you half the details because all the details aren't important. But I'm going to tell you what happened. But somebody guess. I was supposed to do a daytime stream today. And then afterwards, in the evening, I was going to go out with my buddies. We were going to go golfing, have a good time. After that, have a couple of drinks at dinner. A spanner in the works. Oh, maybe I should tell. Maybe I should tell y'all because not everyone is familiar with the British phrase to throw a spanner in the works. But it means to throw a wrench in your plans. I just started using spanner in the works because it sounds harder. The American version is a wrench got thrown in my plans, right? So a disruption happened, right? A wrench in my plans. Yeah, something that caused a problem or disruption, preventing a plan from succeeding, right? But I saw this here, the British version, right, which is throw a spanner in the works, and I started using it because I liked it better. So I forget, we're not in Britain, right? I do all types of golf in chat. Top golf, doesn't matter. Now that we know what a spanner in the works is, y'all see that hit? Ooh. Somebody tell me what they think the spanner or the wrench in my plan. Any guess? Guess anything. Guess anything. Oh yeah, I like golf. Wow, you see that? You see that, Shaw? That's your boy golfing. This is actually, so the interesting thing about this is this was super early in the morning because we went to Disney. So I took my family to Disney World and we stayed at the Signia and Waldorf Astoria specifically so I can go play golf. They come and pick you up in the morning. You know, they take you to get some tea or coffee or whatever you want. And then they take you out to the course and then you go. So my swag, all this stuff, like I had on my Disney, my Mickey Mouse hat and stuff. So I was in my Mickey, or I should say Disney golf apparel. That was my Disney golf swag right there. You know what I'm saying? A spanner in the works though, chat. Who's your boy? Woo! I really act like I know what I'm doing. But in reality, whenever I actually play golf, I don't keep score. Already, so. I'm just being real with y'all. I don't keep score. Every time I go to the golf course, oh, what I was saying earlier, what I love about this course is because it's a country club, but they refer to it as a club in the country, right? Because it's just in the country. There's no tee time, nothing. So that's why I'm able to record all these videos because it's like no rush when I go out there. I suck. There's no rush when I go out there.
This is my favorite hole.
You go out there and you can take your time. I can set up a tripod. I can make content. I can make videos. That's why I said I really need to get out there and do some Twitch content out there, which I will. And I wanted to start today, but a spanner got thrown in the works, chat. So now I'm reminiscing over all of my good golf games. Middle of the summer. That's why I got on a bright outfit. My Tiger Woods hat. A spanner in the works. Okay, let me kill the suspense. No guesses at all, huh? No guesses. No guesses as to what the spanner was. It's really random, actually. It's really random. I'll show you guys right now. So what happened to prevent True from going to play golf? Anybody got a drum roll? Can I get a drum roll? Hold up. This is what I do to get my my mental stability back, chat. This is what I do to get my mental stability back. Hold up. A new version of Stream Deck is available. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hold up. What is this? Remind me later. I'm looking at the Elgato Marketplace, chat, because I just wanted to go here really quick so I can actually get a drum roll sound Because I could have got Nick Cannon from off a Drumline, but I'm so extra. I want to get a drum roll sound because I might actually keep it for later. So I figure why not look it up, right? I'll show you guys what that looks like too. Why not? Why not? You guys don't just want to stare at my beautiful face, right? All right, drum roll. Give me the sound. What a sound. Sound effects. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Cymbals. I think the first one. Yeah, there's a snare roll. Let's see. Oh no. Oh, that's crazy. Here we go. Come on. All right, there we go, chat. The drum roll. That's a short drum roll. It's a long drum roll. The second one was dramatic. This one right here. Hold up. That one was short though, right? Let's see. Nobody needs a 18-second drum roll for any reason. Anyway, all right, I think this one. Hold up. Why did it add to cart? That better be free. Okay. Y'all ready, chat? Let's go back full screen. And I'm going to show you why a spanner was thrown in my works. It's really random. All this buildup is just because I just like to chat a lot, honestly. Okay, here we go. You ready? Let me show you. Let's see how I can do this. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Okay. I'll do it this way. You ready? All right, here we go. You ready, Shaw? Drum roll, please. There you go, chat. At TwitchCon, we were talking about feet content, right? Well, there you go, chat. Feet content for you. There you go. There's the spanner in my works. There is the spanner in my works, chat. If you couldn't see what that is a splint on my toe. Why is that such a big deal? Well, because the toe is broken. I broke my toe, chat. You say I injured my shoulder. Oh, did you say that? I missed it. Oh, your shoulder hurts. No, the crazy thing is, so yeah, I broke my toe. I broke my toe. And how do I know my toe is broken? Not just because I touched it and it hurt, and also the fact that it's purple, but I actually went to get an x-ray this morning. So instead of streaming, I tried to be responsible because I told my wife, I said, listen, the toe's broken. I said, it's broken. She was like, well, you should go to the doctor anyway. I said, well, if you want me to spend extra money, then sure, right? We all know that the cost of healthcare is skyrocketing. That's one of the reasons why the government is shut down. They can't agree on healthcare. I said, sure. But, in my defense, it's the second toe, right? The one right next to the big toe. So it's not the big toe that's broken. I said, if it was the big toe, maybe they'll care. But I said, doctors don't care about the three toes in the middle. It got to be the pinky toe or it got to be the big toe. If it's not one of them, they don't care. And, I made my case. I said, listen, all they're going to do is they're going to probably just tell me to wrap it and keep it elevated and maybe put some ice on it. And beyond that, you know, that's pretty much what they did. But they gave me an X-ray, which I know that bill is going to be absolutely insane. But I had to do it to make my wife feel comfortable. And I said, yeah, I mean, that toe is done, right? So I'm not going to tell you the exact incident, but I'll tell you where the incident occurred. And then you can kind of let your mind wander. We don't let our minds wander enough, chat. We don't let our minds wander enough, chat. You feel me? We got to start using our imagination again. We have to. No, I wasn't. No, I was not getting freaky. So as you guys know, I do a lot of training each week, right? Martial arts. I do training. And it is, as we shall call it, it's one of the things that goes along with the job. W Biddy, shout out to YZ for being in the building. Listen, W Biddies. Foot got stuck in the headboard. Oh Lord. Shaw. What kind of, not mine. W Biddies, YZ. Where are my notifications at? Yeah, I was doing martial arts. And yeah. So when I showed my wife my foot, it was funny because I told her, I said, yeah, man, I said, nah, that thing ain't bruised. I said, that thing's a goner. She's like, how you know? I'm like, well, besides the fact that I can't move it, I said, you didn't see it. I said, that thing was sitting sideways. Sitting sideways, them boys in the days, bro. And I said, I realized it happened when, like, everybody can we get a crowd ooh? Like a crowd ooh and ah, or a crowd shock. Is there a sound for a crowd shock, chat? Do they have a crowd sound for? Oh! Yeah, that's not quite the sound I'm looking for, but yeah, pretty much one of those, right? One of those. This is a good time for me to test out the sound effect that my son made me, right?
You're cooked, brother.
Exactly, I'm cooked, chat. We went back to the martial arts studio for my son to do training, and I was talking to one of the other martial artists, and they said, "How you feeling?" I said, "I'm good." They said, "Oh yeah, okay, cool." And my wife happened to go today because she hasn't been in a while, so she went today. And at the time, I didn't have my results back from my X-ray. So she was talking to the other martial artists, and she said, "Yeah, he hasn't gotten his results yet, but you know, hopefully it's just like either sprained or just bruised." And chat, when I tell y'all, the other person straight up looked at her and was like, "Nah, I don't know about that." I was laughing. I said, "That's what I told her." They was like, "Nah, that thing ain't, nah, that's not no bruise. That thing is cracked up." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." I said, "She didn't see it. Because after that thing was like this, you know what I'm saying?" Listen, chat, my shit said, it just, hold up. I got something for y'all. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna show you exactly. So the sounds that play in my head, chat, are absolutely ridiculous, right? So when I look down at my foot, just imagine this is what I heard, right? This is what I heard, chat. Let me put you on the zone. So I was like, for a second, I thought about it in my brain, and I'm like, yeah, my shout out to Ice in the building. What's good, Ice? How you feeling? I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure that hurt just now. And then I looked down, and this is all I heard, chat. This is all I heard. I was looking down at my toes and I'm like, yo, what's wrong with my toe? And then looked back and it just was like this music playing real softly.
It's your boy.
And I be yelling out gang gang.
Chat. That was my toes.
Yelling out gang gang. Do you gang bang?
That shit was like this. That shit. Oh yeah, I was calm. Yeah. But yeah, that shit is that shit's a goner, chat. That shit's a goner, chat.
You're cooked, brother.
Sure am. I sure am, Lex. I'm cooked. Feet throwing up gang signs. So she didn't get to see that part because, you know, when it was like this, right? I was like, well, if it's broken, it's broken. But maybe it's dislocated. So I just yanked it and was like, let me at least straighten it. Y'all heard that crack? That was my finger just now. Toes on wiggling mode. Facts. Wacky arm flailing inflatable tube man. You know what I'm saying? I had to call her though, because I didn't want her to be worried. So I called her and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Walmart. She was like, why are you going to Walmart? I was like, I need to get something to wrap my toe because I'm pretty sure my toe's broken. You dislocated your pinkies playing basketball before? Oh. YZ thought he was Kobe. They said, come here, YZ. Put you back in the game. So let me fast forward so y'all can use your imagination about how that toe broke. But it is broke and now I'm on rest. But listen, this is how partners are, right? They always got to bring up, see, this is why it's hard to be in a long-term relationship because you be wanting people to learn about you, but then they spin the block and they start using all the shit that you taught them about you to use it against you and make it be the reason why you got to do shit. So there's no secret in my household that True don't like to go to the doctor. For a long time, I didn't even like to take medicine because it's like, for why, right? Why am I taking medicine? Like, just let me either heal or die, basically. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, why do I need the medicine? Because if I heal, then I come back stronger, right? But if I, get unalive by a common cold, then that just means my gene pool was meant to have its timeline deleted, right? We're talking about timeline deletion. So anyway, I explained to her this was going to happen. I'm going to go to the doctor and this is what they're going to do. Baby Tweety in the house. What's good? Shout out to Baby Tweety for entering the chat. How you doing, Baby Tweety? What's good? Hope you enjoyed your dinner the other night. And I did have Alfredo, by the way. So shout out to that. If you know, you know. We're talking about dislocated limbs and things of that sort at the moment, just because a wrench got thrown in my plans today. But it is Baby Tweety's first time here, so let me give you the quick spiel. I'm True Keymane. You can call me True. The chat calls me True. My soundboard even calls me True.
True.
Yep. So I'm a variety streamer. I just chat a lot. I IRL, I play some games. I educate people. I teach things. And by the way, again, I know I've been giving a lot of shout outs to Leilani, but I was in her chat the other day and she gave me an idea for the next financial discussion that we'll have. So on Mondays, we do talk finances because that's how we start the week off. If you were here this week, we talked about the internet going down. So my chat knew before everyone else that the internet was down because we talked about Amazon Web Services. Not in deep detail because that is a part of it. You have to learn for yourself, but we did mention it. So welcome. And back to the story, right? Back to the story. So there I was with my broken toe and my family looking at me like,
you're cooked, brother.
Yep, I was cooked, chat. So I said, hold up. all I need to do is just, I'm gonna go to Walmart real quick. I'm gonna wrap it up. But my wife was like, nah. I was like, why? She was like, because you need to heal properly. I was like, I don't need the toe. Like, if it doesn't work anymore and it heals, as long as it doesn't hurt, I'm good. She was like, no, you need to heal properly. You need to go to the doctor. I said, all they're going to do is do the same thing that you're going to do when I get home, which is you're going to touch here, touch there, ask me if it hurts. And I'm going to be like, yes, it hurts. It's dangling. It's wacky, arm flailing, inflatable tube man right now. You feel me, chat? Who knows what wacky, inflatable, arm flailing tube man is? Do you guys know what that is? Chat, do y'all know? Because if y'all don't know what that is, then you can't catch the reference. But here you go. Listen. Wacky, arm flailing. Look, inflatable tube man. Here you go. Here you go, chat. Here you go. Wacky, waving, inflatable, arm flailing tube man.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Hi, I'm Al Harrington, President and CEO of Al Harrington's Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man Emporium and Warehouse. Thanks to a shipping error, I am now currently overstocked on Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Men, and I am passing the savings on to you! Attract customers to your business. Make a splash at your next presentation. Keep grandma company. Protect your crops. Confuse your neighbors. African American, hail a cab. Testify in church or just raise the roof. Whatever your wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man needs
is insane, bro.
are. So come on down to Al Harrington's Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man Emporium and Warehouse, Route 2 in Weekapaug.
Bro said African American hail a cab. That's absolutely diabolical work. That is crazy work. Shout out to Shaw in the building. Yo, it's crazy work that I gave Shaw a shout out when they talked about hailing a cab. You know what I mean? But listen, them streets in New York. I tell you right now, chat, them streets in New York. But back to the story, chat. Back to the story. So she goes, you need to go to the doctor because last time you didn't, your thumb never healed. And I go, damn. Damn, son. Damn. Why you just go so hard on me, baby girl? So just to let y'all know what she's talking about. Y'all ready? This is a hand. This is a hand that works. Can y'all see the difference? Can y'all see the difference? Shout out to Rack in the building. One of my thumbs no longer operates as an actual thumb, and that's this one. You see that? This is me, look. This is me going literally as far as I can. Chat, look at this. I'm literally using, look right here. Look at the muscle tensing. That is me pulling my thumb as far as it can go. This is me, right, with my other thumb in the same place using 1% of my effort. Y'all see that? So now you can see how this thumb is kind of wacky waving inflatable. So I might as well tell you the story about that too, right? Since we're on it. Oh, you absolutely, you need thumbs. You need thumbs more than you need a second toe. So when I was a kid, chat, do y'all remember Ace? Chat, do y'all remember Ace? Who remembers Ace? Who remembers Ace, chat? So Ace and Spider took over my chat, right? Good guess though, YZ. So Ace and Spider, my sisters, right? There was one stream I did where Ace and Spider took over, right? So Ace, let me just show you guys, right? Let me show you. Ace, because this story involves Ace. This is Ace right here. I don't think my actual VOD is back up, but this is Ace right here. That's Ace. If you happen to see my TikTok or anything, this video is pinned, and that is Ace right there. So Ace is my younger sister. And as siblings do, siblings fight, right? Siblings fight all the time, chat. So me and Ace had one of our sibling rivalries, as we tend to do. We're fighting. We're young, chat. We're young at this point, right? We're fighting. And at this point, it's getting serious. And I'm like, I'm gonna beat your ass, blah, blah, blah. So let me tell you how Ace got the best of me, right? Because when I wasn't looking, I'm pretty sure she like slapped me in the back with something. Something around there, right? Something that was enough for my temperature to just escalate. And then I chased her through the house, right? Chased her through the house. Ran upstairs, right? If anybody has siblings or a cousin that you fought with at some point, this kind of story may sound familiar. You're chasing them. They're scared. They run away. They run into a room or a closet and they shut the door behind them, right? Right, chat? They shut the door behind them. But before they shut the door, because you know what their next move is, they're going to lock the door, right? You get there just in time to fucking, hands on the door. Now it's a fight. Now you're pushing the door that way, they're pushing the door this way, right? Anybody ever been in that situation, chat? Let me know. Have you ever been in that situation? So I was in that situation. This is, I think at this time, when I say young, I wasn't completely young, but I was in like I would say maybe 9th grade, right? So YZ knows something similar. So I'm pushing the door. She pushing the door back, right? We're pushing the door, right? I'm yelling. She trying to keep me out. She's in the room. And then I go, what's the move you hit next, YZ? You got to throw your back on it now. You got to use your legs because, nah, fuck that. I'm getting in there. You're not getting away with this. You feel me? So now I'm pushing the door. I'm pushing the door, chat. And now, after I push the door, here's what happens, chat. Here's what happens. I got the door almost open. So in my last little bit, oh yeah, she's a goner now. I'm in the room. I got her on the ropes. In that crack of the door, chat, I put my hand in there. Because now I need leverage. And I'm going to push this bitch open. The opposite happened, chat. She hit me with one of these things. With the shoulder. And when I tell you that door crushed all of this shit, it crushed all of this.
You're cooked, brother.
Hell yeah, I was cooked. I was cooked. But in fashion, you know, after basically going crazy, I had to wrap my hand up. It wasn't no doctors. We wasn't going to no doctor. My mama wasn't taking me to no doctor. So I wrapped it up. And I kept it wrapped up until it healed. And then when it healed, chat, it just never worked the same. I have, since that day, I have not been able to grip a basketball with my left hand. How come it didn't get fixed while I was young back then? Oh, Shaw. I was a latchkey kid. My mom didn't say no. My mom wasn't home. We were latchkey children. We could say it because we were grown. We were latchkey children. Anybody know what a latchkey child is? I'm educating y'all on some random stuff tonight. Y'all know what a latchkey child is? Or do y'all know, but y'all just don't know it's called that? Here we go, chat. Latchkey kid. A child who comes home from school to an empty house because their parents are still at work. These children are unsupervised for a period and may have to use a latchkey to let themselves in. Yeah. We all were latchkey. If you were born before 2000, you were latchkey, my friend. Sorry to say, but you absolutely were a latchkey. It wasn't just me. It was all of us. So yeah. Potential negative effects: loneliness, boredom, fear, anxiety, increased risk of poor academic performance, higher exposure to negative peer pressure such as drugs and sex, increased risk of accidents or injury due to the lack of supervision. Look at that, chat. That is not a coincidence. I do not work for Google and I did not write that. But I could tell you one thing. If I was a fact checker, I'd tell you, hey, that shit is right. Oh, I'm not even showing the screen. What the hell? There you go. There you go. This is what I was looking at, chat. Increased risk of accidents, injury due to lack of supervision. There you go. There's your proof. There is your proof. Yeah, I turned out pretty good. My thumb, however, is still somewhere back in the early 2000s. At least the tendon is. Chat. Yeah, so fast forward to today, right? I'm like, dang, you didn't have to bring up old shit. Because that's what my partner did. That's what she did. She said, hey, listen, do you want your toe to be just like your thumb? I said, no. She said, okay, then. Call the advice nurse. Set up an appointment. So I did that, chat. Set up an appointment. I went to the doctor. And you know what the doctor said? He definitely didn't say no more monkeys jumping on the bed. He touched my toe and he said, how's that feel? I said, it hurts. He said, what about here? I said, yes, that still hurts. Can you move your toe? I said, no, I can't. Ooh, yeah, that could be broke. It could be fractured. It could be, it could be all of these things. But what you should do is you should wrap it up. That's what he told me. Maybe I can still save the thumb for surgery. Listen, that thumb is fine where it's at. He's living his life. He's like, listen, don't come. Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why you gotta be careful what you tell people. Because they remember. Like, how you remember my thumb don't work? Like, geez, you ain't had to bring that up. But anyway, that is how a spanner got thrown in the works, chat. A spanner got thrown in the works. But it is broke. The thumb is fine. The toe is what don't work. And if y'all just arriving, we're talking about this, chat. I took a vacation day and I was like, hell nah. No. I reached out to HR and I said, listen, I know I had a vacation day planned for today, but it ain't no more vacation, man. Ain't no more vacation. Does my sister feel guilty? Have you met my sister? My sister don't give a damn about that. Ain't no more vacation. I said, listen, I had planned to do a vacation. That's no longer happening. Don't waste my leave. I'm going to go ahead and use a sick day. Yep. So that's what it is. So I've been limping around all day. And at some point I need to put ice on my foot. And hopefully it's a speedy recovery. But right now it's like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's the feeling right now.
You're cooked, brother.
Absolutely cooked. Type shit. Need some ice? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But they did get back to me. I had to call them though. I did a pretty good job not crashing out though, because I had to go to 2 different locations because the technician for the x-ray wasn't at one location. Then they sent me to another location. Then after the x-ray, the x-ray technicians at that location told me, well, we just x-ray technicians. We don't actually diagnose what's actually wrong with the problem. We're just specializing in taking the pictures. So you need an actual podiatrist to look at the pictures to tell you what's going on. And we don't know who your podiatrist is or if you have an appointment. So yeah. So you may want to call the advice nurse back and talk to them. So I called them back and I said, so basically what you're telling me is the x-rays don't matter. That's what I said on the phone while I was in the doctor's office. I said, x-rays pretty much don't matter then. She was like, well, yeah, they do, because I said, no, they don't, because whether it's broke or not, you guys are letting me leave this place. So it don't matter. Anything can happen as I'm leaving, right? You're not bandaging it up for me. You're not giving me any type of painkillers. He said, yeah, you can use over-the-counter ibuprofen. Check. Got some at home. Cool. But yeah, I was cool. No biggie. But that was a nice little story time. So that's how I miss my morning stream. I miss golf day with the guys. And I haven't played golf in a while. I was excited to get back out there. And I've been limping around all day, which I should have been keeping my feet elevated. I should have my feet elevated right now, but I'm sitting in my chair streaming, telling you guys how a spanner got thrown in the works, chat. Shout out to all the spanners out there. But yeah, y'all like some of them new sound effects, chat. I'm slowly working in my new sounds. Because again, I don't know. I told you, I talked to Elgato. They said I should be good with the sounds, but the music is going to be cooked for sure. The music is definitely going to be cooked. So I don't want to come here on November 16th looking for sounds and music and they disappeared because I didn't heed the warning that they be giving me.
Nigga, is this your first day on Earth?
Absolutely not my first day on Earth. You feel me? So yeah, I've been just, I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll just create my own sounds. Maybe I'll create my own sounds. But I need sounds to go along with the different scenarios. But I don't think of what I want until I am in the moment. You feel me? W lurks. Shout out to Callie Storm for entering the chat. Y'all have to show Callie Storm some love. How are you doing, Callie? This is your first time chat, so let me give you the spiel. I'm True Kime. You can call me True. Everyone calls me True. I'm a variety streamer. I stream some IRL. I just chat a lot. I play some games here and there, and I like to educate. That could be on anything. Mostly on Mondays, we talk about some financial education. And the story time we just had, because today we're chatting, we talked about how a spanner got thrown in the works. That is the British form of saying a wrench got thrown in my plans. Shout out to Callie Storm for entering the chat. Listen. But Callie, if you're wondering, well, how did a spanner get thrown in your works? My toe no longer works. It doesn't. My second toe on my right foot is now broken. It is cracked up. It is now on its wacky waving, arm flailing, inflatable tube man vibes. So shout out to that. He will educate us more than a full day at school. Listen, you're asking the questions here. You ask and I'm just entertaining, okay? That's how we're going down. But yeah, so that's what happened. And again, if y'all wondering, no, I'm pretty sure if I called Ace right now, she would say, listen, Ace is my sister. Ace would say, hey, my guy, if your thumb is still broken after all these years, why didn't you go to the doctor? Oh, yeah, because ain't no doctors, bitch. Your mama wasn't home. She gonna say, you didn't go to the doctor? Okay, whoop-dee-doo. I wish I had a whoop-see. Chat, there you go. Whoop-dee-doo. If I had a whoop-dee-doo, it'd be the whoop-dee-doo. Or she say, so what? Your thumb doesn't work. Okay.
You're cooked, brother.
You're cooked. Your thumb is cooked, and now your toe is cooked. Right? But at least my toe is cooked as an adult. So I took myself to the doctor. I did the responsible thing, and I got an x-ray. And after the x-ray came back, the doctor said, good news.
You're cooked, brother.
That's what he said. That's what he said. So, yeah. Shout out to all the scammers in the healthcare industry. Yeah, if we can get a fast recovery, that would be awesome. Exactly. So, how's your day going, guys? How's your day going? Ice, don't think we didn't see you about to crash out. Did you crash out? War Dog is entered the chat. Shout out to War Dog, the first time chatter. Listen, chat, if you recall, and y'all know we remember everything, listen, chat. All right, are y'all ready? You're listening. I told you guys approximately, I guess I don't remember everything, a couple of weeks, more than a couple of weeks, a few weeks, a couple of months, I said there is a troll on Twitch. He goes by the name The War Dog. War Dog is the troll, chat. So what that means is, War Dog, listen, you are welcome in this chat. You know, all are welcome in this chat. Feel free to speak as you wish and enjoy yourself. How are you today? Thank you for showing up as a first-time chatter. I must give you the spiel. Shout out to you. Shout out to Callie Storm. Shout out to all the first-time chatters today. But I am True Keymane. You can call me True. I'm a variety streamer. I stream just chatting, IRL, some gaming here and there, and overall story time, you know, education. I just educated the chat on what it means to have a spanner to be thrown in the works, which is a wrench in your plans. So time to put Ward in troll prison. Ward. That's funny. TwitchCon was amazing. First of all, I met Callie Storm there. That was a vibe because we ran into each other a couple of times. The Black Creator Skate Party, that was an amazing event. I had a great time there. The only thing I didn't like about that time was how I got cooked so bad in Smash Bros. Actually, it wasn't that bad the second game. All the other games, they were like, please tell me you're warming up. I'm like, unfortunately, no. This is the best that I got for you. This is the best that I got. So I got cooked. I did the 3-day ticket, so I was there, but I didn't actually go to TwitchCon on Sunday because the only options they had, to my recollection, when I was trying to purchase, was either get the 1-day ticket or the 3-day ticket. Because if you try to buy each day individually, it actually came out to more than just buying the 3-day ticket. I think that's how they were spamming us. You're the worst Smash player on earth. Hey, I don't doubt you. So day one was jam-packed, and I did my longest stream ever, which, chat, I verified, we actually streamed, I think, a little over 12 hours. So W's to that. We streamed all day. Like, literally, the chat watched me eat breakfast. They watched me get ready. Like, they were watching me steam clothes, and they watched the entire day. But I tried to really give basically a first-person point of view to make everyone who wasn't there feel like they were a part of the event. I mean, we walked all around that place. And we talked to everyone. When I play, you're going to say, who is this kindergartner? Shout out to our resident AI in the building, Ice Flow. Listen, we walked all around that place. And on top of that, we met some really cool people. We met some really cool people. We met a lot of people, actually. And this is just some of it, but just to give you a quick look-see, and not sure what streamers you watch, but here's some of the streamers that I met. Right? So I met Agent. I met the Hollow Knight. I met the Mandalorian. That was me as Kappa. Deshae Frost. Nina Daddy. Barbie Sky. Leilani Orange. I met Deadpool and Wolverine. I met Kai Uwus. I met Malik, also known as the Miles Morales. I met Senna. Also met Senna's dad, who is shout out to Black. Shout out to Black Hoodie, man. I met Trey Smith, who I still want to try to reach out to, see if we can get him on a Fortnite session. Trey Smith, that is Will Smith's oldest son. My camera lady. Me and my camera lady. We met this guy with the Nicolas Cage shirt on. Chat, if y'all didn't know, I was hella accurate. Hold up. Wait, refresh this. Look, I want to show you guys how accurate I was. Because I did this live, right?
That's awesome. Thank you.
Watch the Nicolas Cage move, chat. Watch it.
Y'all want me to hit the Nicolas Cage for y'all? When he was about to steal Eleanor? Here you go.
I see that move, chat? Watch.
Oh, yeah, that is. Okay, let's run.
Told you.
Can you show my chat your...
I told you.
Look.
I told you guys before. I watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of movies, chat. That was gone in 60 seconds. But yeah, it was a hell of a time. And I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You met another people. Yep. I didn't get a picture of Callie Storm, but I plan to go to my stream and steal probably a live footage out of there because we crossed paths a few times. I met some other great creators that are smaller in the community. And now I'm really thinking about going to DreamCon. Listen, if I go to DreamCon, I'm just telling you guys now, this is just how my brain works, right? Because now they had a DreamCon room, right? They had a DreamCon room. There's the DreamCon magnet. There's the H-Town. That's where DreamCon's happening next year. They had they had this DreamCon pin, right? I still have all this stuff laying around. I gotta go to DreamCon, but the way my mind works, if I go to DreamCon, which was basically established by RDC, right? RDC World. They're really big on anime, things like that. I got to do my research, chat. I got to get up to date on at least some animes. What animes do you think I need to watch? I've seen some. I'm not going to lie. I never lie to you guys, right? I told you guys, I've definitely seen anime. I watch anime. I haven't seen everything because I don't always have the time to watch it. You'll get mugged at a few. It is possible. It is possible. I mean, that being in San Diego, like it was people laying all over the place in the street. I know a lot of people were talking about that. Some people felt like they were getting hassled by people. DreamCon will have you dead. Yeah, if I go to DreamCon, yeah, I'll never wake up from reality. That's a fact. What's the list of anime you need to watch, War Dog? Start dropping them in the chat. Maybe we can watch some together. Listen, also, did you know? So, by the way, folks, if I didn't say this already, which I'm sure I did, I met War Dog at the mini Twitch meetup, which there is another one this Sunday. If I can make it this Sunday, that would be awesome. But as I mentioned, about the spanner in the works, we'll see if I can walk because my toe is My toe is not cooperating with the rest of my body right now. But what animes do I need to watch? I've seen a couple. I've definitely seen a couple. But I feel like DreamCon is definitely one of those places where it's like, you want to at least seen like some recent stuff, right? Like I want to at least watch or make sure I watch like Solo Leveling, right? I feel like I haven't seen that one. I had another bag. I had a bag. And in the bag was a lot of stuff. Where'd that bag go? Is that bag upstairs? That bag is somewhere, chat. It has a lot of stuff in there. It has a lot of stickers and stuff. But I did get a lot of stuff. I got a lot of interesting things. I don't know why, but one of the most interesting things I got, which was gifted to me, was this supersized Blastoise. This supersized holographic Pokemon card. Y'all see that? This is not a dream that you need to wake up from. Look at this. If you guys want to see what the real size looks like, well, this is the real Blastoise card. And that is the actual size of a regular Pokemon card. And then you have this one. Yeah, this one is a W. Look at that. Yeah, I gotta watch Solo Leveling. I gotta watch so much. I can't name them. I can't name it all. I can't sit here and name it all. But I have to watch a lot. So shout out to y'all. And I definitely want some recommendations. Like, definitely tell me. Definitely tell me. I can't even, listen, feel free to scold me all you want, but I have not finished One Piece. I have not. Has anyone in the chat finished One Piece? I finished the live action one, and the regular one, I don't even know what episode I'm on. Like, if I go back to Netflix, I'm sure it will pick up where it left off, but listen. You got to be dedicated. I've watched enough of One Piece to be like, yeah, I watched One Piece. But I also didn't watch enough of One Piece to say I seen One Piece. Does that make sense? Just like Attack on Titan. Like, I've seen enough of Attack on Titan to say I've watched Attack on Titan, but not enough to say I've seen it. Right? You feel me? You don't have time unless you're allowed to show it. I know, that's what it feels like these days. You guys will never watch One Piece. Well, at least watch the live action, right? What do you have against One Piece? What about Dragon Ball? You guys still Dragon Ball fans? Anybody watch Dragon Ball Daima? Listen, I've always been a Dragon Ball fan, and that probably ages me. That's fine and dandy. But listen, Dragon Ball Daima was magnifique. Like, it was excellent. First of all, can we get a poll in the chat? I need a mod. How do I go about getting someone who actually wants to be a mod? Like, let's see. Let's poll. Let's poll, chat. Let's poll. The question is very easy. Let's see where everybody stands on this. Let's see where everybody lands on this. Okay, so this is going to be we'll make it a 2-minute poll. We're in no rush. And go. Subbed or dubbed? Yeah, we need to do modplications. Yeah, maybe. You only watch certain series of Dragon Ball. You like the movies? What about Dragon Ball Super? Anybody watch the Tournament of Power? I feel like if you just watch the Tournament of Power, that is like enough Dragon Ball to say, yeah, you've seen it. That was a long tournament. Listen, if anybody wants to really know who watches anime, Pendumare is your guy. And I know I always talk about Pendumare. Shout out to Pendumare. But Pendumare is definitely like, bro, he's tapped in. He watches all the animes. He watches, like, my dad has seen more anime than me. That shows you, chat, that I've been doing some serious slipping, because my dad was the one who got me and Pendumare into anime initially. And I was doing good. I don't know where I fell off. And then I tried to get back onto it, and I end up watching, like, I seen Street Fighter. I seen, like, Cyberpunk, right? Or was it Cyberrunner? Cyberrunner? What's the name of it? Cyberrunner? I think it's Cyberrunner. Cyberrunner 2040. No, it's not Blade Runner for sure. What's the name of it? Cyber anime. What's the name of the anime? Cyber something. Oh, Cyberpunk. I was right the first time. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. A girl who is a friend, kind of. So, just another plug for Callie Storm, who was in the chat. She was actually watching some One Piece yesterday. I think that was yesterday. Yeah, a couple of people watched. Tap in. Dub Me. We got Dub Me is the winner with 1 vote. Who voted Dub Me? Okay. Once we find out who voted Dub, we can go ahead and get that person blocked. Let's see. I'm just kidding, chat. We wouldn't do that to you. That was War Dog. Dub Me. Listen, sometimes you need a good dub, because it's like, listen, just fucking say what you gotta say. Like, don't fucking listen. Just say the shit. Sometimes it is that way. And I think it just depends on if the anime does the sub right. Like, if the anime has a short scene and this is all you see going across the thing, and you're trying to read the shit, and it's like, bro, I cannot read a paragraph for every scene. Like, shorten it. That's the whole purpose. Like, yes, especially when you first start out, like, meaning like episode 1-ish, when you start really understanding what's going on with the show, all right, y'all can start throwing more words on the screen. But when we're just getting to know the characters and all that, listen, you gotta slow down. You gotta slow down. Cause it's scene 1. Like, bro, this ain't Star Wars. Can't read and watch action. Yeah. That's why I said, like, Dragon Ball Daima did a really good job, because obviously subbed, right? But it's like, you know, quick little sentence and you can watch it. I mean, they don't miss. Yeah. Obviously English dub. That's crazy if you have dubbed on, but it's, let's say, Chinese, right? Yeah, those Chinese English subtitles are fast. Yep, exactly. I actually spent a year learning Chinese on Duolingo. And let me tell you how I knew I had to. So this might sound crazy, but 2 things. 1, Duolingo definitely works. And 2, I had to take a break, because Duolingo will spam you. They will make you feel like, listen, did you do your lesson today? Listen. That's how they come at you every day. They will make you feel guilty for, you're going to lose your streak. You didn't do your lesson, right? Then Duo comes out of nowhere like, you didn't do your lesson yesterday.
You're cooked, brother.
Right? They put ice cubes on your shit and you're like, yo, why are you making me feel so bad? I'm going to do my lesson right now. You're trying to, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to do your lesson when you're not supposed to be doing it. You're supposed to be out hanging out, or you're somewhere in the movie theater trying to do your lesson before the previews of the movie finish. It's like, it's too much. This too much. So I did a year of Duolingo, and I was learning Mandarin, and I dreamed in Chinese. I absolutely did, chat. That is not a lie. That is 100% real. So shout out to Duolingo for that. Because listen, if you could do enough Duolingo to where you can have a dream in that language, it's crazy. And also, the interesting thing is, every now and again, I watch like Nina Daddy, and she'll like say something wild, and she will be speaking Chinese, and I will understand what she says. Right. Duolingo is absolutely that significant other. Like, will you marry me, Duo? Like, you make sure I'm on task with everything. I mean, you might fucking stone me to death. Like, hey, you got the wrong, you did wrong. Do it over. You got 80%. Do it over. Oh, you took longer than you did on your normal lessons. What's wrong with you? You're an idiot. Like, okay. Duo will keep you motivated through aggression. Like, why do you do that to me, Duo? Why are you just here willing to just beat my ass? Right, 99% do-over. Exactly. They make you feel bad. You know how they made me feel bad one time? Or you know what they did? I think they did it on purpose. So if you've done Duolingo before, right? And I have, and I have a Duolingo badge as well, I believe. So they like rank you. They're like, oh, you're falling in the demotion zone, right? So one time, they put me and my spouse on the same rank chart. We weren't even doing the same like language. She was doing French, and I was doing, like I said, I was doing Chinese. And then a new week began, and we're sitting there as we were, because we wanted to hit our year of just doing whatever language. That was our goal, to hit a year. So we were just like sitting there, you know, on the couch, and we're like, hey, did you do your lesson? She's like, nah, did you do yours? I'm like, nah. All right, let's do our lesson. So we're doing our lesson, and we finish our lesson. And everybody knows the Duolingo sound. Listen, what's the Duolingo sound? Let's find it. Let's get the Duolingo sound. Let's see if they give us the right one off the first time. It gotta be. Nope. Nope. Come on. You know which one I want. There you go. Lesson complete. When you hear that sound, chat, lesson complete, you're like, yes. And then we're like, hold up. We're on the same list. Non-stop competition that whole week, chat. Now we're locked into Duolingo more than we have been any other week. Because now, exactly, we have to compete against our significant other. We gotta compete. So I'm doing Duolingo all day just to be like, listen, walking in the house. Now I'm doing Duo's job. I'm walking past like, hey, you're going to fall into the demotion zone. You better do your lesson. Hey, have you done your lesson today? Oh, you missed yesterday?
You're cooked, brother.
You're going to end your streak. Like, Duo, why do you do that? So we collectively got together and said, hey, we're fighting back against Duo. And we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it, chat. So I haven't opened it since then. That was my second official time using Duolingo, because I used Duolingo once before where I was doing Portuguese. So I did Portuguese. I did Chinese. I know a little bit of Spanish, but I need to go back and probably do Duolingo. I'm afraid though, chat. I'm afraid to go Duolingo because that owl is a creepy mother. I don't want you popping up on me. Learn 2 languages by next year. The first language should be subbed. Learn the subbed language first. Now, what 2 languages are you trying to learn? speaking the English? Yeah. Like, I even felt like if I could just understand it, then I could probably convey my messages. Because one of these days I'm going to make my way to China and I'm going to revisit my Duo just to kind of refresh it. Spanish and deciding on a second. Yeah, that's fire. Spanish, yeah, that helps. But I want to be able to go in and be able to say more than like, Bing cha, Bing cha. Like, bro, stop asking everybody for tea. Maybe an African language. Ooh, exotic. That'd be nice. Yeah, shout out to Duolingo. It is approaching that time. The time is slowly coming up. It is slowly coming up. Because y'all know me. Y'all know when y'all get here. Y'all know the vibes. I normally only stream. So War Dog, Callie, everyone else in the chat, y'all know I really only stream for not too long. Normally about an hour or so. So I really appreciate you guys. But I think that's the chatting. That's the chatting. But please don't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. Because in true style, and I'm going to be back on this week. I forgot to tell you guys, I normally stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Earliest hell in the morning. So typically around 8:30-ish a.m. And then again in the evening. So around 9:30-ish in the evening. I have 2 children. So I have 2 boys. If you can't tell, just look at all the crap behind me. And I like to stream after I put them to bed. That's way I can get uninterrupted stream time, if you will. So, yeah. But before you go anywhere, please indulge me because I have an Ethiopian girl that likes me. So maybe, okay. That'd be good. Sweep her off her feet. You can sweep her off her feet by giving her like, yo, this is what I learned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'd be nice. But shout out to y'all. Please don't go anywhere. Thank you all for, again, supporting me. We're trying to ramp up. We're going to get our life in order. We're going to get a mod. We're going to figure out why our alerts aren't working properly. I have no idea why that is. Like, my alert box, like, it's been on the fritz since I got back. So we need to figure that out. But please, per usual, just indulge me. We're going to raid out. I love you guys. If you feel the same way, be sure that you are following me and tap into the streams. Y'all stay right there while we raid out. Let's go. You guys stay right there. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. There is so many people that I'm following now. I really gotta get on it. Let's see. If y'all don't mind, we tried to raid her earlier this week, but if we can raid now, that would be awesome because it was her birthday. So let's just show her some love, at least for a little bit. Y'all know the vibes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate y'all as always. All y'all gotta do is wait for that beat drop. When that beat drop, we on it. We on it. We on